No, I sent it. I just sent it. All right, so welcome to our first webinar. Let's talk social. We're going to be talking about social media planning, Canva, and analytics. I'm Taylor Baker. I'm a digital marketing intern here at the Digital Marketing Clinic at UWO Oshkosh.
I'm Yazzy Esquivel. I'm also a digital marketing intern here at the Digital Marketing Clinic.
My name is Hannah Stettel, and I'm also an intern here at the Digital Marketing Clinic.
All right, so to start, we're just going to ask how many of you are from Wisconsin. If you just want to go ahead and throw it in the chat. If you're not, let us know what state you're from. Okay, so mainly Wisconsin. We have one Michigan in here. That's awesome. Welcome. Wisconsin. Okay. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, so next thing we're going to ask is, does anyone currently have a social media strategy in place? Again, if you just want to go ahead and throw in the chat, yes or no. Okay, so we're looking at mainly no's, maybe a few kind of's, maybe one yes. Sounds good. Does anyone currently have a social media posting schedule in place where you have specific times that you post content at? No, no. Okay, Hootsuite's a great tool. Buffer, okay. Okay. All right, so if you don't use a social media schedule, why use one? So for starters, you're going to be able to plan for engagements on your posts rather than just hoping for engagements. You'll be able to post at a certain time and know you're going to get a certain amount of engagement rather than just maybe hoping for a couple. It helps with time management. So you're going to be saving some time. You can plan ahead in the future. You can plan for significant dates. Your company anniversaries you can post about when you plan ahead. National holidays you can plan around. If you have any promotional campaigns, you can plan around that. And it's also going to help add variety to your content because you're going to be able to see it all in one place. Okay, so how much time can you save when you use a schedule? You can save 3.5 hours per week, which translates to 182 hours per year, which is huge if you think about it. And I just included a little graphic down here on what is the most time-consuming activities around social media. And the most time-consuming one was finding and posting that content. So a schedule is going to be able to help out with that. And then the next one was learning and educating about a social media schedule. And we're going to get into that in a little bit here. All right, so then tools to build a social media schedule. I'm just going to get this out of the way. So the first tool you can use for a schedule is Hootsuite. I know one of you said you use that, which is, I think it's a great tool. So if you don't know what Hootsuite is, it's a website and app that lets you monitor all of your social channels in one place. You're going to be able to schedule these posts in advance on each platform. And within that, on the stream, you can write your captions, add your hashtags, choose your content, all of that in one place. So really easy and efficient. And you're going to be able to monitor your brand mentions and respond to those accordingly. So Hootsuite has a feature called the stream, and you can monitor everyone who posts about your brand, anyone who comments back at your brand, and it's going to allow you to respond right there on Hootsuite back at them. And then another great feature of Hootsuite is it has analytics built right into it. So you can monitor all your post engagements and adjust your schedule accordingly. So Hootsuite, there's multiple subscriptions to it. So the first one that's free, you can have 2 social accounts and 1 user. So only one person is going to be able to log into that at a time. And you can have 2 social accounts, so Facebook and Instagram, whatever your company uses. The next one is a professional account. I believe this is $49 a month, and you can add up to 3 social accounts and still 1 user. And the number of social accounts and users is going to increase as the price goes up. So this is an example of what Hootsuite looks like. On the top left, you can see the stream. That's where you can monitor all your brand mentions. Next up is the publisher, which is the screenshot right here. You can see their scheduled posts. So Monday they have one scheduled at 4, Wednesday they have one scheduled at 3, and then Thursday at 4 again. And then you can create a new post as well on this tab. And then right under the publisher is going to be the analytics. So that's where you're going to be able to see all of your post engagements, comments, shares, stuff like that. So then the second tool you can use to build a social media schedule is an Excel spreadsheet. This helps to plan posts and captions ahead of time. You can use it with others in the company to collaborate on planning, so you can have a shared document, and it really helps with communication. But you're going to have to manually enter your metrics and posts on this. So what I mean by that is you're going to have to actually manually post it. It's not going to post for you like Hootsuite did. So to start using this, you're going to want to find days and times that your followers are the most active and put it in a schedule kind of like this. So you can see Tuesdays, followers are most active 11 or 7. And then you can kind of see the rest of the days from there on out. And you're going to want to do that for each platform. And then next, after you do the time schedule, you're going to want to create a content calendar for each platform. So this is where you're going to actually plan out your posts. So you're going to want the date in one column, the time you plan on posting, and the type of content it is, whether it's paid, owned, shared content. And then the copy part is where you write the captions. Just makes it a little easier because then you can copy it off of this document and paste it right into the description when you post it. And then just a little bit of the post information. So what's it about? Maybe it's an Instagram story, and maybe it's a promotional campaign you have running, just to give you a decent idea. And then you can include a photo link or kind of just describe what the photo is going to be right there. And then I want to include that another column you can add is engagements. So if you kind of wanted to have your own little analytics column going in the Excel spreadsheet, in column G, you're going to want to include engagements, and then just put down how many comments or shares or likes it has. All right, next question I want to ask is, what time are your followers the most active? Have you noticed? If you just want to go ahead and throw either A, B, C, D, or E in the chat. Okay, so we have quite a few not sures. Okay. I see a D. All right, so it looks like either not sure or maybe 7 to 8. All right, so if you're not sure what times you should post, we're first going to go over B2C businesses, which is business to customer. That's going to be your retail, where you're a business selling to consumers and not another business. So 9 to 10 a.m. is when typically you're going to get the most engagements, and then 12 to 1 p.m. and then 4 to 5. And an easy way to think about this, if you can't really remember those times, is to kind of think when people are maybe waking up in the morning before they leave to work, maybe they check their social media on their lunch breaks at work, or when they get home from work, which you can see follows those time patterns right there. You're gonna wanna avoid posting on Mondays because those receive the lowest engagements. And then Wednesday receives one of the highest engagements along with Fridays. Those days are gonna perform the best for you. And you're gonna wanna post at least 3 times per week, just so it helps with the algorithm and you're not gonna lose any followers that way. So what are some best times to post for B2B? So business to business. That's going to be 9 to 10 a.m., maybe when people first get into the office. And then 3 to 4 p.m., maybe when social media managers are wrapping up their days. So Mondays, again, are going to receive the lowest engagements. And Wednesday through Friday, you're going to have peak performance. And for B2B, you're going to want to avoid weekends. This is just because most businesses kind of have limited hours on the weekends and most people are busy as well. And again, posting at least 3 times a week, just so you don't lose followers and you keep getting high engagements. So one way you can tell how your followers are active is you can use Facebook Insights or Hootsuite Analytics to see when you're receiving the highest engagements. So the screenshot I included right here is Facebook Insights. It's going to be a tab on your Facebook business profile. And when you click on it, you're going to be able to see the days and the times you're receiving the highest engagements and that your followers are going to be the most active. So it's going to look something like this. So Hootsuite Analytics, this is a screenshot of a LinkedIn, and you can see how many posts they have. You can see their followers, you can see their engagements they got. And I really like that they include a graphic so you can see trends going on as well. I think that helps a lot, especially when you're forming a schedule. Okay, so next question I want to ask is how many times per week do you post promotional content? A, B, or C? These can be ads or maybe now with a link. Couple B's, a C, an A. Okay, so mostly B's and A's. So when we think about promotional content and shared content, we want to follow the golden ratio, which is also known as the 60-30-10 rule. So 60% of the content you post should be curated content. And the goal of this type of content is to position your brand as a major voice so that users can rely on your interpretation and opinions. So this also puts your business in the context of the entire industry. It shows your expertise and authority so that your followers can rely on you. One of the clients I had for the clinic was Faces Eyewear. So these are screenshots of curated content that they had. So I just wanted to include those in there. So funny memes like this, who wore it better? Those were both great performing posts. The golden ratio, again, so 30% owned content. So these posts only concern your business and the products or services that are offered. So again, just Faces as an example, we have cookies that they brought in for their customers. And then they also did virtual tours. So that was great, showing off their products. It wasn't promotional because they didn't ask them to shop or anything. It was just showing their products. So these are organic posts about your business, products. It can also be community engagement as well. So then that 10% is self-promotional content. This is going to focus on driving your sales. It's going to give your followers some sort of opportunity they can follow. So on the left-hand side here, this was kind of a lower performing promotional content, I guess you could say. So they said they would be closed on Thanksgiving holiday and they'll resume regular business hours on Friday. So they could have added just a simple sentence such as stop in tomorrow or shop on our website, and that would have really boosted the engagement on that and turned it into promotional content. And then on the right-hand side, they are showing off some new products and asking the customers to come in to shop that for their New Year's sale. So next question I want to ask is, do you use Canva? It's a graphical design platform on any of your social media. I know some people make ads with it. Yes, no. Yes, yes. Okay. No. Okay, so it looks like it's kind of split here. So if you don't know what Canva is, like I said before, it's a graphical design platform you can use to create visual content. You can make social media posts, presentations, marketing materials. They really have a wide range of selections. We use it here at the clinic for social media. So they have a bunch of social media templates, and the templates are going to be sized to the appropriate platform. So like how Instagram is only a square, it's going to be sized to that square. And they have 400,000 plus templates, sorry. And all these templates are free to use, but you can upgrade the subscription you have for more templates, stickers, fonts, colors, stuff like that. So free, again, you're still going to have a lot of templates to use, but once you upgrade to the Pro, you're going to have some extra effects. You're going to have some extra colors, text, bunch of cool features. So designing in Canva, I just took a screenshot of it. So this is what the homepage is going to look like. And as you can see, we are on the social media templates tab. You can click on an Instagram post, Facebook post, Instagram story they just recently added, your story, Facebook cover photos. So they have a lot of social media templates that you could be using for your business, and that's going to help out a lot. And then on the left-hand side, you're going to see all your designs, your recent designs, designs people shared with you, your brand kit, which we'll get into a little bit later. And you can even use a content planner on Canva too. So another great social media schedule tool. So this is just some Canva creation images I made for the clinic here. So this About Us one is our Instagram story highlight, just telling followers what our business is about. Grow your digital marketing with us. This is our LinkedIn and Facebook cover photo. The Attention WI Small Business Owners was just an example of promotional content I had on Instagram. And then on the right, this is kind of the clinic's brand look. Where on the left-hand side, we have Canva images. In the middle, we have pictures. And then the right-hand side goes back to Canva images as well. So designing in Canva, we're just going to cover a few design principles. So KISS, keep it simple, stupid. You don't want to overwhelm people with so many stickers, graphics, stuff like that. You're going to want to leave some negative space. So not having a bunch of clutter, a bunch of stickers overlapping. Create balance and contrast. So you're going to want a balance of colors. Your contrast and the colors should really pop and add to each other. Like on the right-hand side, you can see there, they add white on the red. So it makes it easy to read. Visual hierarchy, which is shown in the first, you'll read this and then you'll read this. That just kind of shows what users are going to read first. So creating that visual hierarchy, putting the most important stuff in big, bold fonts. You're going to want to scale stuff proportionately. So again, like I said before, not cluttering things, making sure the sizing matches each other. And then the rule of thirds, which is going to be shown in this graphic PowerPoints down there. So basically, rule of thirds is you want to divide your screen or canvas into 3 separate columns and 3 separate rows. And the PowerPoints, as you can see in the middle, is where you're going to want to include most of your content. So right there on that dot and the other dot, you know, lower right-hand corner, lower left-hand corner, and then obviously stuff in the middle as well. So you're not really going to want to put important content outside of those PowerPoints. So brand colors in Canva. So Canva helps you keep your brand look on social media, like how I had the example of the clinics, how we had the same colors and fonts and everything. And on Canva, you can actually create a company template using your brand colors and fonts. So this is going to be in your brand kit that I mentioned before, and you can add your brand logos. And then you can add your brand colors, your brand fonts, and you'll be able to include this template on top of other templates in Canva. So what are you going to do if you don't know your brand color code to create that brand kit? So the first thing you can do is you can ask the company you order marketing materials through what your color code is, and they can give it to you that way. Otherwise, a quick, easy way to figure out what it is you can upload an image of your company logo on Canva, and it will give you the colors found in the image. So to upload an image on Canva, you're just going to click Create a Design on the home page, and it's going to bring you to something like this. And on the left-hand side of the screen, there's going to be an Upload tab. You're going to click that, and then click Upload Media and drop your image in. And then once you uploaded your image, you're going to want to drag that over to the canvas. And right here, Canva is going to give you colors that they found in that photo right there. And then when you hover over these colors, it's going to give you the color code. So it's going to say hashtag 3, I think it's going to be 3 letters and then 3 different numbers. And that's going to be your color code. And then you can go back and set that in the brand kit. Okay, Yazzy's going to take over now.
So now moving into the social media analytics aspect of the webinar, I want to start off with the question. Do you know how to perform a social media audit for your company? You can type in the chat, yes or no. Lots of no's. All right, no worries. We'll be going over that shortly. All right, so there are 3 different parts, starting with the first one is your audience analysis. The purpose of this is to find insights into who you're currently reaching within your target market and then where other potential customers could be. So the first thing you want to do is take a closer look at your followers within every single social media platform that you have. And then you want to look at their demographics and interests to kind of give yourself an idea of who you're reaching out in the market. And you also want to think about who you could be potentially targeting in the future and how you can appeal to them on different channels and based off of their interests and demographics. So now moving on to the second part is the internal audit, which focuses on your company. So the purpose of this is to analyze your company's digital presence and its performance on each social channel. So this can also help you understand how you can improve and do better, especially with your engagements on your posts. So there are a few different steps to do this. You're going to analyze your social properties, posting frequency, follower counts, engagement rates, which I can go into more detail later about, and referral traffic. And then the third part is the competitive audit. So with this, you're going to do the same exact thing you did with your internal audit, but with your biggest competitors in the industry. So the purpose of this is just to analyze their digital presence and performance, and then understanding which content of theirs is outperforming yours and what you can do to do better and tailor your approach so that you can have just as good as content as they do. So you're going to do the same exact thing, analyze their social properties, posting frequency, follower counts, engagement rates, both high and low, and referral traffic. So one cool thing about the competitive audit is you're not only looking at your closest competitors, you're also looking at aspirational brands. And what these are the brands that you can take inspiration from other brands in the market that are succeeding on different social media platforms. So this can be both inside and outside of your industry. So for one example, we have Open Road Harley Davidson, which is a small business in this area. And then their aspirational brand is Custom Offsets. So they're in the same vehicle industry and kind of provide the same services, but to two completely different target markets. Custom Offsets has very high posting frequency and followers on their social media accounts. So it's something that Open Road Harley can take some really good advice from and kind of tailor their approach so that they can be just as successful as these bigger brands. So going into a social media footprint, overall digital media footprint is a trail record of anything your company shares on social media, but more specifically, this includes your company's followers, your posting frequency, and the number of posts you have on each social account. This also identifies dormant accounts. So these are ones that your company has out on the web, but either you don't have access to, you don't own, or they're just completely not active. And these can be bad for your brand credibility. So you want to get rid of those if they're not yours or if they're not active. So now going into engagement rates. So this is a metric that we use in social media audits, like I've been mentioning before, to measure the performance of all of your posts. So to calculate this, it's a little bit different for each social media platform, but you want to take your total engagement and then divide that by your total followers to get your engagement rate. So the range to strive for is between 1% and 5%. Anything above 5% is going to be super good. So in the middle, we have an example from Johnny's Bar with an engagement rate of 3%. As you can see, there are several reactions at the bottom, a lot of comments and shares. So it was a really great performing post for the company. And then on the right, we have a low engagement rate of 0.6%. And there's much less engagement, no comments, less reactions, and only one share. So overall, you can use this metric to analyze how well your posts are performing and what you can do to make them better. All right, well, that has finished our webinar. Thank you very much. And you guys can start throwing any questions in the chat.
Talk about TikTok. Is there a really good way to market and what content is acceptable?
All right. TikTok is definitely a very high performing app these days, very popular. And I think it is a really good way to market your brand. I guess it's hard to say depending on what type of brand you have, what company or industry you're in. A lot of them are very successful on that platform. And the content that relates to your brand and your brand message is definitely acceptable when you post. It just, as long as you have your social media plan and schedule like we've been talking about, I think you can definitely be successful on that platform.
So for niche markets, if you don't have a lot of competition in this area, what we've done for clients in the past is you can look at other brands that are out of the state or even out of the country. I just got done with a client and they are a 3D tour and imagery company. So again, very niche market. And we couldn't really find any competitors around here. So what we actually did was we found a company similar to them in the UK, and we compared their social media posts to the one in the UK. So if you can't really find any around here, I would definitely kind of broaden your search to even go national and find some national brands to look at. Yeah, so here at the clinic, we can help you come up with some marketing content for social media. I can always send you the link if you'd like to apply, and you can choose from a list of our services, and we can definitely help you with some social media implementation. Yeah, I'll be sure to send that link.
Like we were mentioning earlier, Hootsuite is definitely a really good option for you for social media scheduling. I personally, when I did a small project before, I used Excel as my social media schedule. It worked best for me. You're able to edit anything you want in there and keep it organized. That's just what personally worked for me, but I think Hootsuite is definitely a good option.
And then getting ideas for social media content. Again, look at some bigger brands. I've definitely found a few content ideas from that. You can look at competitors. Around holidays, look out for some fun national holidays you can relate to. Like if you're in the food industry, you might want to look at national, I guess they have a bunch of national ice cream days, hot dog days, stuff like that. So definitely look into that sort of market as well. So for finding curated content, like I said before, I would just look on competitor social media pages. And then another good place to try to get curated content is to go under trending tabs on social media. Twitter, you can see what's trending on there. There's a lot of memes kind of going around, so you can definitely steal some memes or some trending topics and kind of relate that to your business, kind of like Faces did before, where they were holding a sign that said, "Stop sleeping in your content or contacts." That was a meme for a while. So definitely looking at trending topics, memes, stuff like that. And like Yazzy said before, another great place to find what's trending is actually going on TikTok for a little bit. So that's a great place. Google Trends, yep, that's another great tool. Twitter trending, I like to use a lot. Another thing for curated content too is look under your brand mentions and see if any customers are mentioning your brand, and you can reshare their content on your own platform. So you can say, at the user that posted it originally and kind of comment back at them, but post it on your own social media page as well.
YouTube is definitely a time-consuming platform. So if you have the time and the content to create videos, edit videos, and then post them, I think it definitely can be a really good tool. I personally have never used it. I just know that there is a lot of time and effort that it takes into creating a video, especially one that a lot of people are going to enjoy, and on top of editing it as well. But I definitely see TikTok as an easier platform to be using if you want to start making video content. I would definitely start there. It's shorter, easier to use. And then you could kind of get your brand out there and reach a lot of people, and then maybe translate that over to YouTube in the long run.
Yeah, I definitely think TikTok it's great. It's a great way to get a lot of reach without many followers. So I would definitely recommend looking at that. And you don't even have to post long videos. It can just be quick vlogs of the day. You can do some behind the scenes in the office or whatever. So getting more likes and page views. One thing you're gonna want to do is, I know a great way to get a lot more followers on your pages is you can run Google ads, or not Google ads, Facebook ads, my bad. And that's a great way to reach people that are like your market, because Facebook has a setting where you can click who you want it to reach, and Facebook will find people that are similar to your followers and show them that ad. Another way to get more likes on your posts is to ask questions to your followers. So kind of like Faces did in the example earlier, was they said, who wore it better? Kind of try to drive conversation in your captions and your comments. So that's a great thing to do. Page views, again, one thing you can do is run a giveaway and ask people to share if they want to be entered. I know that's a great way to kind of get more of a reach as well. Your followers are sharing it with their followers. You can get some more page likes that way. So that's another thing I would look into. And it doesn't even have to be a big giveaway. It can be something small too.
Sometimes it's just super random. I just think if you have interesting and creative content that's just different from the rest, like a lot of people gravitate towards that. And I guess that's where the followers come from. And a lot of people who are very TikTok famous or have like a ton of followers are very, very active and post one, if not multiple videos a day, which I think is definitely increasing their reach, which eventually increases the number of followers. But yeah, it is crazy how many random people have gotten very famous off that app.
And another good way I think to get TikTok followers is use those trending sounds and
Hashtags.
yep. You're welcome. Thanks for asking the questions. Anybody else have any other questions? All right, looks like that's all the questions we have. So I want to thank you guys for coming to the webinar today. I hope you got some great pieces of advice, some things you can relate to your brand and content. And this is recorded, so if you would like a recording of it, we can surely send it to you in an email. Just let us know. And if you're not currently a client here at the Digital Marketing Clinic and you would like to receive some help, just pop something in the chat and I can send you that link to apply. Yep, I'll send you that link. I will be sure to do that. Yep, thanks for coming.
Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good rest of your day.